In the first days of 2026, the world woke up to a financial reality that many thought would take another decade to arrive. This isn't story from the archives of ancient Rome or the dusty ledgers of Weimar Germany. This is a story happening right now, in the servers of the world's largest stock exchanges and in the high-security vaults of the global East. If you've been watching the news over the last 72 hours, you've seen the cracks becoming canyons. We are witnessing the birth of a new monetary era, and for the first time in 80 years, the US dollar is not the protagonist. It is the victim. Today we are diving deep into the recent events that have sent gold prices into a vertical climb, and why the stacking community is no longer seen as a fringe group of survivalists, but as the only people who saw the storm coming before the clouds even gathered. Let us look at what just happened in the first week of January 2026. A coordinated announcement from the expanded BRICS nations has sent shockwaves through the treasury markets. For years, people talked about a gold-backed trade currency as a conspiracy theory or a distant possibility. But as of 3 days ago, the central banks of China, Russia, and Saudi Arabia have officially shifted their settlement protocols. They are now settling massive energy contracts not in dollars, but in a digital unit directly convertible into physical gold in Shanghai and Dubai. This is the Godzilla of financial events. It is the end of the Petro-dollar era, when the demand for dollars to buy oil vanishes. The trillions of dollars held overseas have only one place to go: back home to the United States. And when they return, they bring a tidal wave of inflation that no interest rate hike can stop. While the mainstream media tries to calm the public with talk of temporary market adjustments, the elite are acting on a different script. Just 48 hours ago, one of the world's largest sovereign wealth funds moved 40% of its liquid assets into physical bullion. This wasn't a paper gold transaction on the COMEX. They demanded physical delivery. This has created a massive liquidity squeeze. In the physical market right now, the premiums on 1-ounce coins have jumped to levels we haven't seen in decades. Dealers are reporting that for every ounce of gold coming into the market, there are 50 buyers waiting. The paper gold market is being exposed for what it truly is: a leveraged lie. There are over 200 paper claims for every physical ounce of gold in the vaults. In 2026, the music has finally stopped, and everyone is realizing there aren't enough chairs. I want to tell you the story of what happened to a medium-sized hedge fund manager in London just last week. He had spent years telling his clients that gold was a dead asset, and that the dollar was the only safe place to be. When the BRICS announcement hit, he tried to move 10% of his fund into physical gold to hedge his losses. He called the major bullion banks, expecting a quick transaction. The answer he got sent a chill down his spine: "We can fulfill the order in 90 days. In the world of high finance, 90 days is an eternity. He realized that the gold he thought was available at the click of a button simply didn't exist in physical form. He was forced to watch his fund's value melt away as the dollar dropped and gold soared, unable to buy the very protection he had mocked for a decade. This is the great disconnect. The price you see on your screen is no longer the price you pay to have the metal in your hand. This is why I have been telling you to buy gold every single week, regardless of the price. The stackers who started in 2024 and 2025 are now sitting on a fortress of wealth, while their neighbors are watching their 401 kiloseconds, and pension funds lose 20% of their purchasing power in a single week of 2026. The stalker is calm. He isn't calm because he's rich in dollar terms. He has come because he owns the only asset that doesn't require a functioning bank or a stable government to have value. He owns universal liquidity. Let's talk about the psychological war being waged right now. The government is preparing to launch the CBDC, the central bank digital currency. They will tell you it's for your convenience and security. They will offer you incentives to move your remaining dollars into this new digital cage. But they won't tell you the most important part. A CBDC can be programmed. It can have an expiration date. It can be blocked if your carbon footprint is too high or if you express the wrong political opinion. It is the ultimate tool of control. But do you know what they can't program? A gold sovereign, a Krugerrand, a 10-gram bar. Gold is the ultimate privacy tech. It is the original decentralized currency. In 2026, owning gold isn't just a financial decision. It is an act of rebellion. It is a declaration of independence from a system that wants to track every breath you take. The recent supply chain disruptions in the mining sector have only added fuel to the fire. Major mines in South Africa and South America have been nationalized or shut down due to civil unrest and energy shortages. The new supply of gold is shrinking exactly when the global demand is reaching a vertical peak. We are approaching peak gold. For the first time in history, we might be entering a period where the total amount of gold available for private purchase actually decreases year over year. If you don't own your ounces now, the price of entry tomorrow might be beyond your reach forever. I want you to look at your family and ask yourself, what is my plan if the digital world goes dark for a week? In 2026, cyber attacks on the banking infrastructure have become a common occurrence. When the ATMs stop working and the Apple Pay doesn't load, what do you have to offer for the things you need? This is where the history of survival meets the reality of 2026. A small stack of silver and gold is UNT just for the end of the world. It's for the end of the system as we know it. It's the bridge to the next system. The elite are not your friends. They're not going to save you. They are too busy saving themselves. The golden lifeboat is being filled right now, and the seats are reserved for those who had the foresight to act when the sky was still blue. Don't wait for the mainstream news to tell you to buy gold. By the time they do, the price will be $10,000, and the dealers will be sold out. Listen to the signals. Watch the central banks. Follow the weight. Every ounce you add to your stack this week is a brick in your wall of freedom. It's a shield against the coming digital tyranny. It has the legacy for your children that can be inflated away by a corrupt politician in a far-off capital. We are the new architects of our own destiny. We don't hope for the best. We prepare for the worst and expect the best because we are ready. The year 2026 will be remembered as the year the paper illusion died and the age of hard assets was reborn. Make sure you are on the right side of history. Keep your eyes open. Keep your mouth shut about your location. And most importantly, keep stacking. The weight is the only truth in a world of lies. We are building a community of the sovereign. We are the Stacking Gold generation. Subscribe to channel Stacking Gold.